Let's all build a drying rack, a drying rack, a drying rack. Let's all build a drying rack and dry our clothes today. Hey guys, welcome back. We got a really cool adventure going on this week. We are here at Lake Traverse in Algonquin doing the Petawawa River. As you can see over here, they've got some clothes drying out because we got in last night and somebody decided to fall out of their canoe. Not saying any names, but it wasn't Max and it wasn't Thais. And we're out there. Nice. We had two goals for this trip. The first was to run some whitewater, including Rollwayrapids, which is 800 meters of the most challenging whitewater most people will ever encounter that can be run in an open canoe. The second goal was to catch some fish, fillet some fish, and eat some fish. See, about 12 years ago, me and Max were on the Mississippi River with our two friends Justin and Justin. Those two were both fishermen, and I remember them pulling fish from the river and frying them up right there on the shore. This fond memory stuck around with me for years, until the French River when me, my brothers Ben, Dylan, and Max set a goal of catching some fish, filleting some fish, and eating some fish. Well, we caught some fish, but we never ate them. No friggin' comment right now. Yeah, I've really got to say, running this in the early fall is a lot more consequential. The water's cold and the air is cold, and yes, it's dangerous, holy shit. But I can't pass up a fun time. That's for sure. That was cool. That was pretty tame. Yo, you say right side is just like high waves? I think like what? I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go left to right. This? There's a bit of water in here, I guess. I'm just taking way too many risky moves and I'm being a dummy. I felt totally cool about that. Here they go. Hold her up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, sweet. Right on. Yo, that's dinner. Sorry, buddy. Yeah. We love you. Thank you for your food. All right, buddy. What? There you go, buddy. Sorry for cutting your head off. Yeah, that is good. Mr. Fish, I'm so sorry. Oh man. It's good? Oh man. But why are you so tasty? absolutely beautiful morning to get out. I got my coffee right here. I got my fishing rod. Doesn't get better than this. This is awesome. Sweet. We got. Ooh, fighting. Oh, it's a big bass. Sweet. Nice. Nice. Look at that. Let's see if we can get two. No, you spilled my coffee, buddy. Ah! Oh my goodness. Oh, dude, fish out of water. Yeah, that's a bite. What do we got? It's biting. Oh. What are you? Whoa! Holy fuck, that thing is huge. Oh my god. Holy, no! That was huge. Holy shit. Oh, that was like a big fucking pike, like 2.5 feet. Wow. Fish for breakfast. Fish, fish, fish. I'm a happy boy. Yay. I'm pretty pumped though, that's sweet. Second fish of the trip. Bigger than last night's. And last night's was tasty. These are some seriously amateur fillets. Good. Oh, I love the lemon in there. Yeah. Mm. Fresh kill. I wish I brought that pike back. I would have just like, it would have just been so fun to show you guys this enormous fish. You definitely want to become proficient at filleting. Just be so handy and make this whole process just so much more practical. Mm. Yeah, come check this out. Oh no, don't tell me it got off. Oh, it got off. Yes! Yeah. Oh, dude, that's big. Oh, bastard. This is kind of an interesting moment and definitely an embarrassing one for me. Sorry about the bad quality here. We were using an older cell phone. The same pike kept on biting at the bait I was putting out to him. I would cast the lure, he would bite it, he would jump out of the water and spit it out, and I would come back 20 minutes later, he would grab it, and then there was a point where I was just dangling it in front of him and he was just not even bothering with it, so I switched lures to a different one. Same thing. I just couldn't hook him.
That's 5 times. You've had him on the lure.
It really just goes to show how much I had to learn.
Wow.
But just wait. It all pays off. Big time.
That's insane.
Lick these pancakes here.
We got a pretty easy paddle today, at least in terms of length. We're only paddling 6K. We're gonna end up at the notch, but that 6K consists of the hardest rapids of the whole Petawawa River, so, or at least the section that we're doing. Right off the bat, we're hitting Gradine Rapids, Grillada, Grillade, 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 Grillad, Grillade Rapids, Grillade. Oh, I heard a fish. It's a good size. So we're about to enter a really, really difficult part of the river. And right now we're just practicing our eddy turns. And if you guys are unfamiliar with what an eddy is basically where there's an obstruction in the river and it causes a backwards flow upstream of the water.
I pointed my canoe in that direction and it pulled me to the other side.
Yeah, that's why we got to make sure we're practicing eddy turns as much as possible.
It's basically a safe haven for paddlers.
So the portage should be just right around here. So what we're going to do is we're going to back up in this eddy, look for the portage, hopefully we see the portage sign, and then ferry across.
Sweet, love it.
Wow. Yep, nope.
While below the chute is runnable at a Class 2, Class 3, we decided to portage around it. We still had a lot ahead of us that day, including some of the biggest rapids of the whole trip.
This just goes on and on and on. These are big waves. There's a lot of obstacles.
That strainer is going to be a huge issue. I guess I can come in this way and then left to that rock.
I'll admit, I'm a little disappointed that we're not doing it, but it's really a safety thing. I mean, I don't think we're experienced enough to run that. We've done grade 3s before, but never 800-meter grade 3s.
That strainer, that's just dangerous, man.
I'm a little disappointed, but I guess it's just incentive to come back. I'll be back, Rollway Rapids, that's for sure. I'll be back.
The disappointment I was feeling after Rollway Rapids continued for the rest of the day. The next 2 sections at the Natch were unrunnable for us.
This is the Natch. Yeah, it's just rock haven.
So we had to portage again. But at the end of the day, it was all worth the while as we arrived at one of the most beautiful campsites I've ever been to. On top of that, something was about to happen that wasn't only going to make my day, but going to make the whole trip.
All that paddling and all those portages. This made it all so worth it. And this campsite back here is spectacular. Good day. Time to catch a fish.
I had no intention of catching a fish this large. I was in a bit over my head here and way out of my league. At first I thought it was a pike, but I learned later that it might actually be a musky, which is kind of cool because I hear it's the fish of 10,000 casts. I was honestly so jacked up after this, because earlier on in the trip I had hooked so many pike that had just spit my bait out. But I'd learned my lesson, and I reeled in this big boy for the sweet, sweet glory of it all. Booyah.
What do you have to say, Xander?
Oh man, like I don't even know what to, like this is just ridiculous. This is such a big fish.
That's a ginormous fish.
The pike just came like, Quah! And I was like, Wah! That was such a fun battle. Pike have been biting all this trip for me, and that was the first time I could actually reel one in, and that was by far the biggest. Fuck, yeah. That's so cool. How big did you reckon?
Well, about 40 inches, yeah, almost 3.5 feet.
Hell yeah.
I think I might have the fishing bug now.
See what you got. Reading the guide. That's what I've been doing this whole trip. Those look great. After my fillet yesterday.
Take off the scales. No, it's fine. Later.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Look at that.
Dude, well done.
Yeah.
I'll give you a high five, but you're so fishy now.
Come on, man.
Dude, nice work.
That was so good. Walleye. Who knew? Max just caught a bass and we're planning to save up a bunch of them and bring them in for dinner. So Tice is filling out one of my dry bags with water and we're gonna put this little bass in there, see how well that works out.
Oh shit, fish in the bag, baby.
Schooner Rapids was really straightforward and a lot of fun. It was basically 3.5 kilometers of C1s and C2s. This part is great because you just enjoy yourself as you cruise down the river and make miles.
Yeah,
He's great. He's like flapping like crazy.
We're just bringing him to the zoo now.
Come to your new
Oh
home.
man, you should see him. It's so interesting.
The
You
grill.
want me to film inside it?
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Wow.
Could be a very handy thing to use for transporting fish.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, let's see how that experiment goes,
Yeah.
you know? If anybody has anything better, like any better ideas, leave a comment. I know you're cringing over there. But seriously, leave a comment, let me know, because I want to figure it out. 5 Mile Rapids is about the same level as Schooner Rapids. It's a long stretch of rapids in the C1, C2 class range, which means when you hit these two back to back, you can cover a lot of ground in a single day.
Is it definitely pike?
I think so. Yeah, I think the stripe pattern in the tail, it looks like a pike. Nice work. Another bass. It's worked pretty
Funny
well.
how they're all facing
It's a little dirty. Pretty cool.
We'll either have like a blandish stew and some meat, or we'll have like a
Spectacular.
very meat heavy stew.
Mmm.
This food was alive. Like, this food was
Less than an hour ago.
Just behind me is the takeout at Mcmanus Lake, which means we're done. We did 60K, 10 of which were C1s and C2 rapids, which is crazy. We unfortunately didn't get to do Rollway rapids. We didn't have enough time. The water conditions were a bit cold, and you know what? It was just a bit out of our experience level. So it was a good thing we didn't. That gives us incentive to come back another time, which is great. But the best thing was we caught 12 fish total, and we ate 5. That was a goal of mine since the French River, so super pumped about that. I also caught the biggest fish I've ever seen in my life. Can't ask for more, really. What an awesome trip. Can't wait to get back out. It's always nice learning something new and being out in the outdoors and just enjoying yourself at the same time. What an awesome trip. Can't wait to get back out. Woo.